Like and subscribe right now, or this spider will crawl in your face while you're sleeping.
A hybrid is the love child of two different species. Some are born in nature, while others blend together in a petri dish. However, a special club exists within this strange world, hybrids that are seen for the very first time. When hybrids are created by scientists, novelty is not a factor. Hybrids can save critically endangered species and cure human diseases. Nature is all about the oddball mixes. When exotic pets are released into the wild, where rare creatures cannot find their own mates, the drive to pass on the genes is often strong enough to cross the species barrier. In laboratories around the world right now, scientists are developing a real half-human, half-animal hybrids. It might sound like something out of a science fiction, but combining human and animal DNA isn't the fantasy of some far-flung future. However, that is a topic we shall discuss another day. So here are the 10 bizarre animal hybrids that exist today. Let's go! Number 10. The Wholphin. When researchers worked around the Hawaii island of Kauai, they noticed something odd. A dolphin-like creature kept showing up. Photographs suggest that the animal was a hybrid because it displayed physical traits of different species. In 2018, a year after it was discovered, scientists shot it. The dart was harmless and harvested a skin sample. The DNA analysis showed that the creature's father was a rough-toothed dolphin and his mother was a melon-headed whale. This wholphin was the first of its kind to be recorded and even received a scientific name, Stenobridanensis. Although this rare hybrid could even be well turned out to be sterile, its own birth was not really unusual. The melon-headed whale is a dolphin. Technically, if they wanted to, these misnomers could churn out plenty of wholphins and other dolphin species. Clearly this is not happening, but the rarity of the melon-headed whale in Hawaii could have something to do with it.
Before we move on, I've got a little challenge for you that will take just 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal. You just leave a like on this video, smash that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell and you get 25 years of amazing logic. Try it. It really works.
Number 9. Hybrid hope for rhinos. In 2018, the last northern white rhino male died. The last females, his daughter and granddaughter, are infertile. Thanks to frozen sperm and the only rhino species not listed as endangered, aka the southern white, there is hope for their virtually extinct northern cousins. The two are distinct species, but scientists managed to create hybrid embryos from the sperm of 4 northern rhinos and 2 southern female eggs. This is the first step in a long struggle to resuscitate the species. Even if surrogates successfully carry the 4 hybrids to term, the calves represent a fraction of what is necessary to establish a herd. Future plans include harvesting eggs from the last 2 northern white females. They have eggs but cannot carry embryos to term. This will allow researchers to create full northern white rhinos. Another ambitious plan is to create sperm and egg cells from their skin cells, something already done with mice. The efforts are ongoing, and if the scientists are successful in achieving their targets, we might be able to bring back an extinct species. Number 8. Florida's hybrid pythons. The Burmese python is the premium choice of exotic snake owners in the United States. However, some people could not deal with them and released the snakes into the wild. Measuring 7 meters and weighing up to 91 kilograms, these pets soon acclimated to Florida. Their presence was known since 1980, and eventually thousands slithered about. In 2018, researchers analyzed tail samples from 426 pythons in southern Florida and discovered that 13 were not pure. Although mostly Burmese, these baker's dozens also contain the DNA of another invasive species released as unwanted pets, the Indian python. Native to India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, and Nepal, they were smaller but quicker. Intriguingly, the genetic signature suggested that the 2 species did not recently spawn the first crossbreeds. They blended long before the Florida pythons reached a large population. The newly discovered hybrids could be stronger and more adaptable than their parent species, which is a problem. Native animals, especially small mammals, are regularly captured by huge reptiles. Number 7. The Galveston dogs. Red wolves once roamed the southeastern United States. The human factor killed so many that the last ones were taken to breeding facilities in 1980. Only about 17 were pure. From this group, breeding produced enough animals to establish a pack in northern Carolina, about 40 strong and 200 animals in captivity. In 2019, a biologist took photos of wild dogs in Galveston, Texas. He chanced upon them but was convinced that they looked different from the local coyotes. He sent an educated guess that these were red wolf hybrids, along with photos and physical samples. The latter were procured from animals killed by cars. Surprisingly, the biologist's hunch was not correct, but it could end up saving the rare predator. The Texas pack contained DNA exclusive to the red wolf and ghost alleles. These alleles matched to no known canine genes, including those of the red wolf. This genetic material was probably lost during the breeding program but survived the Galveston dogs. Scientists hope to use the dogs to restore this genetic heritage to the wolf, as well as to bolster their numbers and health. Number 6. Chicken with dinosaur legs. Recent fossils prove that some dinosaurs survived and evolved into modern birds. In 2016, scientists from Chile watched how dinosaur leg bones changed over time. Like modern birds, they had two bones in their lower limb, the fibula and the tibia. The fibula was a long tube that reached the ankle. The tibia was around the same length, positioned alongside it. Evolution brought the next batch of avian dinos, the pagostallions. By then, the fibula has shortened and developed into splinter-like ends. Modern bird embryos show signs of developing lengthy dinosaur fibulae, but they soon shorten and grow to pagostallion ends. To see this evolution in action, scientists suppressed the IHH gene in chicken embryos. This caused equal-length leg bones to grow down to the ankle, very similar to dinosaurs. The dino chickens didn't live to hatch, but they revealed that the IHH actively blocked the modern bones from reverting to a dinosaur state. This was the first time that researchers viewed the dinosaur-bird transition in living creatures, which previously could only be seen in fossil records. Number 5. Human-sheep hybrids. It may sound bizarre to create a human sheep, but the motivation behind the hybrid is life-saving. If researchers can take things to the next level, this combination could solve the world's lack of donor organs. It might even cure type 1 diabetes. In 2018, Stanford University created the first embryos with a human and sheep cells. These embryos were allowed to mature for some time inside a surrogate animal before she was slaughtered. Unfortunately, the law does not allow hybrids to survive past 21 days. Although the project had to end there, this was the root stage for growing unlimited human organs, specifically the pancreas inside farm animals. Experiments have already cured a diabetic mouse with another mouse pancreas grown inside a rat. Researchers plan to grow modified sheep lacking the organ and hope that the animal's human DNA will step up and create a pancreas. However, to reach that stage, the experiment must run at least 70 days, which will require special permission from regulators. Number 4. Burklett's warbler. In Pennsylvania, two warbler species, respectively blue and golden-winged, often interbreed. Depending on their colors, these hybrids are known as Brewster's or Lawrence's warbler. In 2018, an avid birdwatcher photographed what he thought was a Brewster's. However, when Lowell Burkett examined the picture afterwards, he experienced eye noticing that the bird had an out-of-place marking. The two chest patches belonged to an entirely different genus. Suspecting that the bird was an offspring of a chestnut-sided warbler and a blue-gold warbler, Burkett patiently waited for it to sing. Warbler species have distinct songs. When this odd bird opened its beak, it sang exactly like a chestnut-sided warbler. The bird watchers sent images, videos, and his theory to the ornithologist expert. They were so convinced by his evidence that they helped Burkett catch the bird. Blood samples confirmed that the warbler's mother was a Brewster hybrid that bred with a chestnut-sided male. The ultra-rare 3-species hybrid was named Burkett's warbler in honor of the man who found it. Number 3. Extinct tortoise could be alive. About 150 years ago, a giant tortoise was declared extinct. The last one was seen in Floriana Island, which is a part of the Galapagos Island in the Pacific Ocean. Chelinoidus elephantus has a saddle-shaped shell, while the shells of other tortoise species on the island were dome-shaped. These giant tortoises were spectacular. measuring up to 1.8 meters long and weighing up to 408 kilograms. In recent times, researchers noticed a change in other giant species. Chelinoidus becky lives on an Isabella Island, located around 322 kilometers from Floriana. Some had saddle shells when they should have had domed. Samples were taken from 1,669 tortoises, and incredibly, 84 had enough genetic markers to suggest that one parent was the extinct C. elephantotus. More encouragingly, 30 of the hybrids were under 15 years old. Their genetic variety also suggested that at least 38 different C. elephantotus left offspring on Isabella. Given that they can reach 100 years of age, some might even be alive. If so, this is the first rediscovery of a species thanks to the hybrid offspring it left behind. And now get ready for today's best pick. At number 2, hybrid that became a species. The Amazon is known for weird animals, but one bird surprised even the experts. In 1957, a new mannequin was identified and named the golden-crowned variety. The small bird was clearly a species with its own population and territory. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary. Then it disappeared for about 45 years until 2002. In 2018, genetic tests showed that the rare birds were hybrids. They carried 20% of the snow-capped manakin's genome and 80% of the opal-crowned manakin's. It sounds like just another crossbreed, but this was the first hybrid bird species found on the planet. More remarkably, the parent species spawned the new one around 180,000 years ago, overcoming epic hurdles that nearly all hybrids fail. The golden-crowned bird became a real species. Apart from proving that not all hybrids are recent, the bird also looks different from its parents. All three had green bodies but different head shades. The snow-capped had white feathers, while opal-crowned shimmering had iridescent colors. The golden-crowned manakin evolved a bright yellow cap. Number 1. Liger.